You guys about last week we talked about watching what you say. All right, watching what you guys say. How it's important for you guys not to entertain negative conversations, not only within yourself, but amongst your peers, your parents, or what have you, because over time, if you start speaking those things, you'll find yourself doing those things or find yourself in those situations. So today we're going to talk about keeping your integrity. Keeping your integrity, that's what we're going to talk about today. We live in a society where everything is fast. Everything is fast. Everything is now. Facebook, Twitter. I mean, you can literally reach out and touch thousands of people by a click of a mouse, by pushing the enter button, and all of that. The auto industry, some of y'all live from the Detroit area. They're building cars faster. They're making them smoother. They do everything but cook your food for you. It's amazing how people can become TV stars by having a reality show. All right, everything is fast. No disrespect to Kim Kardashian, but she hasn't really done anything significant. She put out a sex tape, had a little reality show. Now she's the most popular person, one of the most popular people in America. So that's how fast everything is going. So what I wanted to share with you guys is that on the road to your full potential, keeping your integrity becomes more difficult to do. It's more difficult to do as you progress through life. All right. So, and you're always going to be tempted with your integrity. Your integrity will always be tested and will always be challenged. So, my biblical illustration for today, I'm just going to give you guys a quick synopsis. It is in Matthew chapter 4, verse 11. Basically, what that says is that when Jesus was being tempted by the devil when he was in the desert. Now, what I learned from that story is that through life, as young men, we're going to be always tempted in three areas. All right? We're always going to be tempted in three areas. Everybody say your flesh, your mind, and your emotions. You're always going to be tempted in those three areas, your flesh, your mind, and your emotions. And it's very critical that you become rooted and grounded in conquering those three areas. Because as you grow through life, as you mature, as you go to college, as you have families, as you interact with different people, as you get older, those three areas will always be tested. So number one, the flesh. If you look in that passage or that story, it talks about how Jesus, where the devil told Jesus to turn the stone into bread. That moment, his flesh was being tested. Guys, what I want you guys to understand is everything that looks good, feels good, ain't good. All right? Everything that looks good, feels good, is not always good for you. All right? As you guys get older, some of you will have the opportunity to play college football. And what you'll see is as you get older and you're playing ball and you're having success on the field, women will start to come. The women go show up. Some of you are used to having attention from women. Some of you ain't never had no attention from women. But what I want you to know is they're going to show up. And what you have to understand is that's an area that you're going to be tested in, is through women, or your flesh rather. Because they looking good, she's smelling good, she got it going on, she giving me some action. Yeah, I'm talking your language, y'all can talk back to me. Y'all can talk back to me, she look good, she smell good. So, but those are areas, that's one of many areas you're going to be tested in. Number two is your mind. Say your mind. Your mind will always be your mind will always be challenged when it comes to your integrity. And how you conquer that is by not meditating on things that will cause you or that will cause your integrity to be challenged. Last couple of weeks we talked about proper meditation, meditating on the right things. So you're going to be challenged in your mind. All right? I know when I was in college, I started having success, and like I just said, women started to show up. Women I didn't even know started showing up. You go up the little tunnel after the game, it's a group of girls waiting for you. Some looked better than others, but they were still there. And how I didn't, and this is not the most popular thing to say, but I was the guy in college that didn't, run around sleeping with women, because that's not why I was there. I was there to play ball and get an education. I went out and partied and had a good time and stuff like that, but I understood at a young age that women in many cases are a distraction. So what did I do to keep myself from not meditating on women? Well, I lifted a lot of weights. And every season, I was one of the strongest guys on the team because I found an outlet to exercise. I found an outlet of exercising instead of meditating on the wrong things. All right? So those are things that I did that have caused me not to meditate on the wrong things. That's really why men cheat. When spouses cheat on each other. When a spouse cheats on another spouse, it's not something that just happened. It's something that took time to happen. She met her at work, met her at the grocery store, kept in contact, found her on Facebook, found her on Twitter, messed around, got her phone number, and it just started to happen. Started meditating, started thinking about her, started messaging her. And all over time, that is how infidelity takes place in many relationships. Meditation. You started meditating on the wrong thing. And when it comes to keeping your integrity, part of doing that is to stop lying. Some of y'all lie too much. I don't mean like bold-faced lie, but you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it. That's not keeping your integrity. I came in contact with you guys probably end of June, early July. And since then, I have lost 33 pounds. Now, Coach, why you lose 33 pounds? Well, I wanted to feel better, be healthy, be able to work out at this, at least as close to the same level as I did when I was in college. But what you'll find out is most people who are overweight have an integrity issue. They're not bad people. They just have an integrity issue. Man, one day I'm gonna lose me some weight. I'm gonna drop these 30 pounds. And they keep saying that, and then you never do it. People see that. And now your integrity has come into question. Some of you say, I'm gonna play well this week. I'm gonna have me a hard work, I'm a ball this week in the game. But you don't do what is necessary for you to have a good week, have a good game that Friday or that Saturday. You bullcrap through practice, you don't watch film. Now your integrity as a man is being questioned because your actions are not following up with what you said. All right? And the last part is your emotions. Say your emotions. Your emotions. This is the part that most people fail in, is your emotions. Guys, prisons are full of people, for the most part, decent people, who at that moment acted out negatively in their emotions. We talked about spousal cheating a few moments ago. Other spouse catches the other spouse cheating, whether it's through a text message, whether it's through a contact, whatever. They hire private investigators, whatever it is that they do to find out that their other spouse is cheating. And in a fit of rage and passion, they kill the spouse and sometimes the person that they were messing around with. Now that person is doing time. Were they a bad person? No. But because their trust had been broken, they felt violated and mistreated at that moment. Anger set in and they acted it out. What I want you guys to do when it comes to your emotions is I want you to thoroughly think about the consequences, whether they're good or bad. I watched some of you swing on somebody in a game because he did something to you. Do you know what happens when they catch you? They move us back. They penalize the entire team. When it comes to acting negatively on your emotions, it affects more than just you. It affects you and the people around you. Guys, you have to get control of your emotions, whether it's good or bad. Now, here we are, and before I go ahead of myself, part of keeping your emotions or keeping your integrity in check is maintaining a certain work ethic until the job is done. Maintaining your work ethic until the job is done. So here we are, we're 4-3. We won a big game last week. I'm not even gonna shortchange you. We won a big game last week. Now we have Pontiac. Statistics say Pontiac cannot beat us. 0-7, they've been struggling all year. School, the administration, the community, it's all jacked up over there. That's what statistics say. But are you going to keep your integrity and maintain your work ethic that you need to get in order to get where we're trying to go, which is the playoffs? So we can approach this two ways. You know, it's Pontiac, get this dub, do what we need to do. Or are we going to use this as an opportunity to work hard, maintain our integrity, and finish this game the way we need to finish so we can go into whoever it is that we're playing next week? So guys, in closing, when it comes to keeping your integrity, number one, your flesh. Guys, everything that looks good, smells good, feels good, ain't good. Alcohol feels good. Drugs feel good. Messing around with various women feel good. But ultimately, it ain't good. Trust me, I know. I've been around a lot of good football players when I was in high school and college that had fallen victim to those three things that I just mentioned, and they either they either didn't make it to the college level or they didn't last very long because they couldn't get a hold of those three areas. Number two, your mind. Guys, don't meditate on the things that are going to cause you to react negatively. Find an outlet. Do something. You know you're supposed to be messing with that girl. You're supposed to be doing your homework, studying for the game. Go and do something else. Because it's ultimately meditation that causes you to do things that come against your integrity. And number three, your emotions. Guys, get in control of your emotions. You must get in control of your emotions. Get in control of your emotions. Because if you don't do that, you guys are going to struggle, unfortunately, and it's going to have a negative effect on you. When it comes to your emotions, think about yourself and the people around you. Think of all the things that you've worked for. It can be taken away at that moment. When it comes to keeping your integrity and trust, it takes a lifetime to get, but only a moment to break. And guys, if we do that, focus on keeping our integrity, focus on maintaining our work ethic, which is part of that. That's another step that we will use to get to that place called full potential. That's all I got for you guys.